Streaming good. We've made it. Season 2 finale. 20 episodes. It's amazing. Super excited. Just got a simple show planned today. But you know, it's gonna be a good one. We got my man Josh Brown with us. I went to high school with him. He's a fellow audio engineer. We're gonna get some good stuff from him. He's a super cool guy. Had a couple classes with him at Middle Tennessee State. What is this? Oh, it's a cat. It's a cool picture. But yeah. So, welcome to Lush Louisville episode 20. It is 3 o'clock now. Shout out to Alex Grove for these beats. He won the Halloween special beat battle. That was a lot of fun. Hey, Kaylee, what's up? Glad you could tune in. Let's see. All right. Let's check, make sure I guess we are streaming if Kaylee's commenting on. Yeah, there we are. We're on Twitch too, don't forget. Uh-oh. Yeah. Kaylee, what you doing today? You in Murfreesboro? It's a girl I used to work with. Hey, what's up, Natalie? Hey, I appreciate y'all tuning in. Yeah, man. All right, well, let me tell you a little bit about what I did. Oh, Kaylee says she's doing homework. That does suck. So last week I was in. I went to back to Murfreesboro, where I went to college. Really back to Nashville, and I met up with Anthony Kilhofer, who is a. Let me pull up his Instagram. Recording engineer, producer. He started recording Kanye and producing for him when he first started rapping, and he found Travis Scott. And I mean, he's worked with, there you go, late registration's 15 years old a couple weeks ago. Anthony's worked with Jay-Z, Beyonce, Kid Cudi. There he is, working on The Life of Pablo with Kanye. You know, a lot of people from Good Music and many more. He's a 4-time Grammy-winning engineer and producer. And I've been in touch with him for a while now. And he called me about, I guess it's been almost 2 weeks. And he was like, hey, Kevin, I know you've been around Nashville. He was like, you know, I was supposed to introduce him to some people, some engineers there and producers, but they were busy. So, but me and him met up for breakfast. And, you know, we got to talk. Here he goes with Mike Dean. I don't know where they are, but that's another legend, Mike Dean. But me and Anthony ate at the Pancake Pantry in Nashville. It was really good. And we, you know, that was the first time I got to meet him and shake his hand, and super cool guy. And, you know, he just told me about how he got started, and he's thinking about moving to Nashville, which would be dope if he did. And so, yeah, that's really cool that I have been able to have that connection with him. And, you know, I text him and ask him stuff, you know, just about, you know, music and different things like that. But that was really cool. Last week I got to meet him, and yeah, and it's crazy. Like, he literally, like, he found Travis Scott and brought him up and managed him. And it's amazing. And then, you know, of course, I got to hang out with Natalie and Alan, eat some wings at Jefferson's. You know, Kaylee probably knows about Jefferson's. It's a great spot there. But yeah, so that was super dope. Other than that, I've just been working at Amazon literally pretty much every day, all day during the week. And trying to think, that's pretty much it for me. That happened this week. I guess we'll kind of go ahead and let me bring Josh back up here, see what he's got going on. So again, Josh is a recording engineer, went to school with me. He did at in my high school. He did a lot of tech and lighting stuff for the band concerts and mostly for the theater plays there. And then we ended up in a couple classes together freshman year at MT. But yeah, so let's go ahead and bring him on. See what he's got going on today. Yo, Josh.
Hey, hey,
What's going on, man?
not much. Just waiting around.
Yeah, just waiting for that big call. Big call. So how you doing, man?
Doing great.
Yeah. What's how's the borough treating you? Doing well there?
Yeah, bro's doing nice. I mean, COVID's been messing
Yeah.
with every.
Oh yeah.
You know, gotta keep going, keep doing.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Well, so Josh, I was kind of giving everybody just a little bit of a rundown, kind of what you do, a little bit about not too much who you are, but I told him that we went to school together. So why don't you kind of give us just a little background on yourself and where'd you grow up in Louisville, different things you did and went to school.
Born and raised in Louisville, Kentucky. I grew up in Pleasure Park, and I pretty much lived there up until I was 7. But went to Howland Middle School. School. I don't know. Louisville's just a great city. It's got a lot of-
Yeah, super dope, super great place to grow up. I can attest to that. Yo, Josh, you're kind of cutting out a little bit. Is your speaker? It might be if your speaker's like covered up.
I can hold it up here.
Yeah, you got it. Is that better? Sounds
Yeah.
better. Okay, cool. Um, yeah, cool. So when I guess when we went to YPass, like what is it exactly that you do exactly now? Like, what do you do?
Well, now I mostly focus on just like I really like the studio environment,
Mm-hmm.
studio, and
Yeah.
I thought I wanted to be like a full time audio engineer. That I learned a lot of that through YPass, through their design and production program.
Yeah.
But through my internship, which I got through TSU, and seeing what the role of a producer is,
Right.
I became super inspired by that, and I think that's really where I want to sit for my career.
So the producing uh appeals more to you than engineering.
Yeah, you're kind of pulling from both worlds. Like you're not just sitting at a computer at a console and
Mm-hmm.
just like how it sounds. You're really changing the song structure, and you're helping write songs alongside.
Yeah.
You know.
So that since you know that, kind of break it down for us. What's the difference between an engineer and a producer?
The engineer typically tries to fulfill the sonic qualities and like the sonic goals of what the producer wants out of the song.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, make sure it's mixed and sounds good. And I
Right.
think the producer really works more with the artist in the sense that they're
Right.
trying to help them elevate their song
Mm-hmm.
and help it either reach a broader audience or like tap into like a deeper creative mindset with it.
Yeah. So they're like the director in a sense. I guess you
Yeah.
could say they direct the record. Yeah, that's cool. Well, dope, man. So you were when when you were at YPass, I talked a little bit about when I remember I would always see you, especially like senior year, in the sound booth, in the black box up top, or doing the concerts in the on the main stage. So what were you
Yeah.
doing exactly for those?
Well, that was mostly just running live sound, and
Right.
that's basically the gist of what they taught you at that school.
Mm-hmm.
Um, in your senior year in the design and production program, you could actually get it was like a specialized class, so it wasn't like a set class. You kind of talk to the teacher, you talk about kind of what you want to do with your career, and then they'll try to form a class around that. My video just dropped out here,
No, you good.
but So my senior year, I really wanted to focus on audio, and in those classes, I learned like Pro Tools, and I learned a bit more about um, like working in a studio type of vibe. But in terms of what I actually did for the school, it was mostly just running sound for shows and just making sure everything sounded good.
Yeah, definitely. That's funny. You said the design and production. I forgot. I was thinking the other day. I was like, what was that? What was that part of YPass called? And then I was like, when you said that design and production, I was like, everybody called it DMP, right?
Yeah,
That's what
yeah.
that was like. The shit. Yeah. Wow. That takes me back. That's crazy. Um, well, cool, man. So then, after what had you been like looking at MTSU for their audio pro? How did you hear about MTSU?
Well, I definitely wanted to continue with doing audio, like going into college, but Kentucky didn't have any school that had a program like that.
Right.
And, um, they have this program called the Academic Common Market,
Mm-hmm.
which I don't know if you were a part of or not,
I
but
was. You got
yep,
in-state tuition.
yeah, exactly. Get in-state tuition, going out of state,
Yep.
you can go to any school around Kentucky,
That had
and
that audio program. Yes, sir.
yep, and that's how I found out about MTSU just by looking up things, trying to figure out where I wanted to go.
Yeah. I remember first hearing about MTSU sophomore year when they remember the college and career day they would have at Manual. And
Hmm.
they set up all those booths and stuff and we could go. That was when I first heard about them. I was like, dang, that's pretty cool. And I knew they had a good music program too. So that's how I first got started. And then I started hearing about their audio program. So you kind of knew that you wanted to continue the audio path.
Yeah, well, actually in middle school, I volunteered at it was like the Sacred Heart Academy for like theater, or something, remember that. But it was like a summer program. And you basically did what they do.
Mm-hmm.
Volunteered. Just doing that in the summer, I was like, oh, this would be cool to go to school for. And then my already knew about it. Like, oh, well, we should try to school because
Right.
program like. And at the time, I was way more into like carpentry and like painting, uh, building props and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But
Yeah. Because I was gonna say I know oh, the design and production program. You had to do a lot, especially for the musical that they did at YPass every year. There was a lot of like stage building and set design and stuff. So you did that a lot too, right?
yeah, you kind of trade off per show, and
Yeah.
you take up a different role depending on what you do.
Uh.
One
Yeah.
of my
Oh, go ahead.
one of my fondest memories was doing New Works. That was like such a good experience, and it teaches you a lot of responsibility.
Yeah. That was a lot. I was in Newark's senior year.
Yeah,
I,
no, you had like that song that you guys performed.
Yeah, yeah, that was a lot of fun. I got a little jazz band together. That was a lot of fun. That's definitely a fond memory that I have of there. That was cool. Um,
Yeah, those are all on YouTube, right?
oh yeah, no, yeah, I know. I've got a I guess my mom or somebody recorded it, and there's it's on YouTube. Trust me. Yeah, that's those were good times, man.
Yeah, definitely.
But so when you I'm trying to think like so you after YPass we all go to college and you're at MTSU. So what did you feel like some of the things you were doing at YPass transferred over to the audio program or was it I mean you're obviously not doing a whole lot of design or setup stuff like stage setup, but like I don't know what did you think of the audio program at MT?
I think MTSU's audio program is really good. I wish some of the classes were more streamlined, and obviously you have to like go through gen eds and all that
Right,
stuff.
right,
Um, it's just kind of like a pain in the ass to have to do all that when what you really want to do is like be
yeah,
recording music all the time.
yeah, yeah,
you know, um, everybody starts somewhere. I kind of wish they did their candidacy program differently.
uh,
I wish it was more of like a portfolio based thing rather than like whether you passed a math class or like got it, you have a 3.0 GPA or something.
yeah, yeah. No, there's always something, but No, I agree. Yeah, um, I was in uh in the band in high school, and then like going, I was debating on being a music major with an audio minor, but I'm so glad I was an audio major with a music minor because literally the School of Music at um, MTSU was like YPass all over again, literally. And I'm sure you can speak on, especially like the workload that we had at Manual prepared me so much for college. And so like, it was fun to be still playing music and playing my sax and having like music assignments. But then with the audio program, I didn't know anything. I learned so much, and it was definitely beneficial for me. And
Well, yeah, I mean, it's like the completely second half to
yeah,
everything that is
creating, yeah,
commercial music.
yeah,
You
exactly.
have to support it to get it out there.
Hmm. That's true. And yeah, dude, some of those studio classes like could not be beat. Maybe there could definitely be a little more creative push for creativity in some of those studio classes. I just felt like sometimes they just, some of the professors are older and they just used the same songs that we had to like mix or like work on every semester. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
And
that's
it's like there was like,
and
uh,
a lot of the more creative classes you would end up taking like your senior year when you
right.
had, and then you take audio electives, and those classes were fun. But
Yeah.
I wish I had access to those earlier on.
Yeah. I took like, I remember I took I never got to take the Ableton Live class. I got to take Intro to MIDI, and that was fun. I guess we all had to take that MIDI class, but yeah, I never got to do the Ableton Live class. Which I mean, I use Ableton, but uh, so I'm pretty familiar with it. But that was definitely a cool class. Did you ever have Misty? She was cool.
No, I had I believe his name was Ross. It was John
Oh
Ross.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Um, yeah, it was like a old hippie man with long white hair.
I
He was
know him.
pretty.
Yeah, yeah. He seemed like he'd be pretty cool. So, as you're going through college, and what's like, I mean, what do you? I'm trying to remember when I first got to school. I was like, I guess I didn't really know too much about like exactly what I was getting into, but I knew that it was like I wanted to do music and I wanted to be in this program. But like I really just thought, I guess from my sense, I was gonna be like a producer, which I
Hmm.
still am. But like, what did you think you were gonna be like? What was your vision?
I well, due to the audio stuff that I did at YPass, I was getting into recording stuff at home, and I really liked recording me playing guitar and then like adding stuff over top of it. I was like,
Yeah,
I want to do something like this, but like obviously with the band or with an artist.
yeah,
And, I was really into mixing too because I was like I could add whatever I wanted in the program. I could add any type of drums,
mm-hmm.
and I was like, okay, well, it's all in here, but it sounds like garbage. So how do I fix that? And then you look up like, how do I make my drums sound good, or like just
Yeah,
stuff like
totally. Yeah. Well, I say so you're mostly focused on like bands and recording like bands in arrangements and stuff like that.
that. Well, I kind of like both. Recording bands is easier because they're putting out a lot of the musical ideas, and
Yeah.
you can, as a producer, you can help guide them
Mm-hmm.
to be more creative or like think of it in a different way. Whereas if you're working with an artist like one on one or like a singer songwriter, you're
Yeah.
both kind of writing the song and
Right.
building it from scratch.
Yeah.
So I think they're both really fun.
Definitely.
Both have their own challenges, especially with the band. You're like trying to speak to a group of people who probably all think differently than you.
That's true. So have you done? I was just asking because I'm done a lot of rap production and stuff like that,
Yeah.
and which is totally different than a band setting. But um, oh, what was I about to say about? Oh yeah. So speak on that experience. If you're have you had the opportunity to produce a band like outside of school where they might think differently than you?
Not necessarily. Most of the time, when I was having bands to record. It was when we were using the studios at MTSU.
Yeah, yeah.
Um, Ever since I've graduated, we've just been in lockdown mode. We haven't really been having groups of people over and stuff.
Right, yeah.
It's more convenient for us to work with like single artists, and then just me and my roommates adding stuff and mixing it.
Yeah, that's cool. Yeah, they need to figure out some way to. Well, I guess is MTSU even open now? Are they all online?
They're like semi-open. I know they have like the studio classes. They now have open back up, so you can go rent out studios again. But I think like if you have like digital audio or like systems and signals, that's on Zoom.
Systems and signals. What a class! What a class,
Yeah,
dude! I
what a
actually,
brain melter.
what a what? What'd you say?
So what a brain melter.
Oh, dude, yeah. But that I learned a lot, and it was mind blowing. But I got an A in that class. I worked my ass off to get an A in that class, and it was.
Yeah, I
But
think
yeah,
I got a high B or maybe like an A minus or
yeah,
something.
it was challenging for sure. But yeah. So you're now tell us about you're producer, you're an engineer, and now you're living in a house in Murfreesboro, which is where Middle Tennessee State is, and seems like you got a pretty dope setup going on there. You guys got got a home studio venture going on. What's going on? What's happening?
Yeah, I am living at the Temple Recording Studio here in
Nice.
Murfreesboro, and
Yeah.
we have such a great time. Man, wish the camera was back on so I can kind of show you all around.
What's wrong with your camera? Can it not? Can you not see me? Oh. You can get up and show us around if you want. I mean, it'd be.
Oh, so you can still see what I'm doing. Okay.
Yeah.
All right, sick. Yeah, I can't see you, but I'll show you around the studio. So
Okay.
you know, this is like our control room. We're planning on. I mean, we're always trying to upgrade stuff and like make it better. Got some nice rack gear for recording and whatnot.
Nice little
All of this
mixer.
kind of works like a split console. It's two separate like mixers.
Mm-hmm.
Like this is we track into this. It goes to the tape machine, and this would be like our monitor path console.
Okay. Yeah. So that's like that reminds me of the duality in Studio B. You had the monitor path and the um, recording
Yeah, that's
path.
kind of what we were going.
That wow. That
We have direct outs going to our preamps and whatnot, and well,
now.
the routing's crazy. I'm not gonna get
Wait.
into that.
Yeah. No. What? We'll go back to that tape machine. Where did you all get that?
Oh, so we found this through Bird Finds, which I was telling you about earlier. Bird Finds is he runs an Instagram page by that name, and he just consigns used gear that he finds. Typically, they're really good deals. Like there was an 1176 going for like $500 or something, which is like a $2,000 compressor, and yeah, it's ridiculous. We got this probably for like $600, and it's probably more like $800 because we had to repair it. It wasn't functioning when we got it, but it's actually got a new problem now, which is we need to fix. But everything's working on it for the most part.
That's dope. Seriously, that's
Yeah,
really cool. Y'all got the patch bay and everything.
yeah. We try to be as efficient as possible, so anytime we need to reroute something, we can do it with ease.
Definitely.
And we also have like Steph likes to use pedals when like to add effects and like use reverbs and stuff. So we have where you can pick up the pedal boards or different pieces of gear if it's not in the rack. But
Definitely.
in here is our tracking space. Got CP70. This piano's awesome. Got a good old Yamaha drum kit that's mic'd up. We're actually trying to record a Christmas song. We thought it would be a fun idea to make a Christmas song.
Is that kick drum mic'd up with a speaker?
Yeah, we got this for like $30, and this is one of John's toys. So this is like a scientific. This is like used in a laboratory, and what it is like a filter. So he's like got this plugged in. It's filtering everything out except for the sub, and then we have a 4033 on the kick, and it sounds really meaty when you blend them together.
That's interesting. So you're recording into the speaker, right? Because the speaker's a transducer. You just reverse the.
Yeah,
Yeah.
You just reverse the wiring, and then it acts like a microphone instead
Yeah.
of a.
Yeah. I remember learning that and I was like, that's amazing. Didn't know that could be done.
Yeah, we have a couple like old telephones that we rewired to do the same thing. So we have like a couple of telephone microphones.
That's super
And we got
cool.
plenty of amplifiers, different textures. We got this beautiful Whirl Richter, which sounds really warm and beautiful when it's running through an amp. Um, Good old upright piano. We got this Leslie organ, and we have a Leslie speaker.
Hmm.
Get some nice gospely sounds out of this thing.
Oh hell yeah! When I had my internship here in Louisville at you familiar with Downtown Recording?
Yeah, I've heard of them before.
I was interning there before COVID after I graduated, and he was repairing an organ. I can't remember if he was repairing the Leslie, but he had a Leslie and a Leslie speaker, right? But he might have been repairing a B3, something like that. But super cool,
Oh,
dude.
the organ. I meant that's a yeah, that's like a Hammond organ. That is not.
Oh, okay.
I messed up my words.
Well, yeah. So it sounds like y'all got the works, and y'all getting some clients. You getting some business?
Yeah, we just finished recording a little EP with a friend of ours. Her name's Kate Rose, and that whole EP is based around like Greek mythology, and it's really cool. It's kind of folky, and it's got like some like really cool guitar arrangements and stuff like
Cool. When's it come out?
that. She said it should be out within the next couple weeks, but
What's the EP called?
I actually don't know.
So so you guys, how many of y'all are in the house together again?
There's four of us who live here. So my friend John Shields, which we've recorded his album here. That's by the name of Song of Defiance. You can find that on Spotify platform.
Hmm.
Um, we got Seth Mason, who's another audio engineer. Both of these people got MCU, and then
Nice.
my our friend Robert Saint, or Obed as we is his nickname,
Yeah.
and he does video and film, and he'll help out with like music videos, photography. Um, I've been in a couple of short films of his for like class, and it's always fun to hang out with him. So.
Yeah. Totally. Well, that's so. And now you guys are all involved in the recording and mixing process. All four of y'all, or is
Yeah,
just
for the most part, it's mostly just me, John, and Seth in
oh
terms of doing the music production stuff like that. But we all try to we see this as a studio, but we also kind of see this as like a place to just create media, like to create content. Like whether that's photography, like we have a bunch of photography gear back here. So if an artist wanted to do a photo shoot, then we can get Obed in. We can set up all the lights and all the stuff that we have. We have
yeah.
like back and all that stuff.
That's wow, man. Super impressive. Y'all should film the makings of somebody's album sometime. You know.
Yeah, we constantly talk about it. We also want to do like live videos, like people performing live in a room. I know that's been like a trend for like art.
Yeah, like a NPR Tiny Desk or
Yeah, or like the bedroom concerts,
yeah,
basically.
exactly. Yeah. Well, you definitely got the space for it, man. That's super cool. So, what is it like working on a project with with two other engineers? What's the balance like of who
It's
does
pretty
what?
good. We kind of come with agreements on our roles for specific projects, especially if it's like if there's a genre that I'm not familiar with, but John is like way more comfortable with working with, then I'll be the role as like a studio manager, like taking care of the budgets or doing other extraneous things that isn't necessarily making the music. And we kind of switch off roles, or like if Seth is at work, because we all have second jobs because it's
Oh
hard to
yeah.
make. But if Seth's at work, then I'll fill in for like recording engineer, or I'll fill in for producer and whatnot.
Well, that's and then vice versa. If you're more comfortable with the genre, y'all switch off.
Yeah, exactly. It's just kind of we kind of work around what feels like most comfortable,
Yeah.
and we obviously all play off ideas. We don't necessarily stick to those roles all the time.
Right, right. Of course. That's cool. Man, I'm jealous of y'all's spot, man. Y'all got. So do y'all just like split the cost on all that gear and stuff like that, or is some of it you guys like already had?
um, a lot of the stuff is stuff that John and Seth got, and sometimes we'll make like a group purchase, like that drum kit we all paid for,
Hmm.
like getting like Pro Tools like perpetual license stuff like that. Considering that
A
we're all using,
classic, right?
yeah.
Yeah, gotta have that.
No, I just got Ableton. I've been using Ableton
Hmm.
um, through various other reasons or like other ways of using it. But I recently bought it, and I'm excited for Ableton 11 to come out. I don't know if you knew that they're coming out with that.
I did not. I have Ableton 10, but I did not know that. When's that come out?
That should be coming out soon. There's actually they have the 11 beta, so you can download the beta and see how it runs.
Hmm.
But uh, one thing I really like about Pro Tools is their comping feature, where you can go through playlists and you
Right.
can
Ableton
how much.
doesn't have that. Yeah.
But Ableton is going to have that in the new update. So
Really.
I have reason to
I
use
gotta
Pro
get
Tools.
on. I'm about to get on Ableton.com and see what's going on. Yeah, no, that's definitely worth a download. Huh. You just
Yes.
dropped a gem. It's gonna change the game. If Ableton has playlists, that is that's important. What's your DAW you use Logic?
No, I use Ableton most of the
Oh,
time,
okay, cool.
especially with production.
Hmm.
I like mixing in Pro Tools is pretty nice because there's Ableton has so many options that you could literally just keep going and going. But Pro Tools feels more limited in the sense where you kind of have to like work around, and it just helps you make better decisions in the long run instead of fucking with the Am I allowed to say that
Yeah,
word
no, that's fine. Yeah, no, that's cool.
for hours on end?
Huh. Yeah, I like mixing in both. I'll mix in Ableton or mix in Pro Tools. I mostly, if I'm mixing vocals, it's probably in Pro Tools. But, um,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, man. Do you ever use FL Studio?
I actually started back in high school when I was getting into recording. I had like the demo of FL Studio. That's pretty much what I used when I was learning how to do all that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
That program it's a beast. It's really
Yeah,
powerful,
it
but it's
is.
also really confusing.
Yeah, there's a lot of windows. I've been trying to get the hang of it. I need to use it more. But there's a lot of like different like windows and options you can have to do it. I mean, it just comes with learning a new DAW. I mean, Ableton. Everybody talks about how Ableton looks scary, and
Ableton's honestly the easiest. I picked really fast. Like
yeah,
I don't know, it just kind of clicked the way that program works.
right. Yeah, it's definitely Ableton's definitely the way to go. I think a lot of people use Logic too, But so, what do you guys mostly? You guys are recording into Pro Tools off the mixers into Pro Tools.
Yeah,
Okay.
we use for the most part, and I have like the Arturia sense on Ableton, so if we need to like do that, we can go record it real fast and then
Mm.
throw it back in Pro Tools.
Huh. You guys recording MIDI, like actual MIDI into Pro Tools?
No, we really don't like recording MIDI into Pro Tools. We'd much rather use Ableton.
Really?
Yeah, it's. I mean, I just don't really like the UI that Pro Tools has for like their piano roll and like editing MIDI stuff.
Yeah.
I think Ableton is it's just way faster. You have a lot more options. You know,
Right.
like Max for Live, you can use a lot of those plugins to get really interesting. Right?
Yeah, Ableton's stock plugins are crazy, so
Yeah, I
you
know.
might as well. Yeah. And then y'all subscribe to that Slate Digital bundle, right?
Yeah, that's what I use
Yeah, me too.
for mixing a lot of things. I really
Yeah.
like.
There's a lot of good stuff in there.
Yeah, and they have the. I don't know if yours came with the kilohertz
Yeah,
plugins.
I updated it recently, and they put the gate in the VMR, the virtual mixer rack, the
Mm.
purple thing, and then the Anna 2 synth, which is literally like Serum, but just like not maybe missing a few things as Serum is, but the Anna synth is dope. I use that a lot.
Yeah, it's really sick. I like the grain synthesizers or
Yeah, and you can mix the different samples in with the. Uh, I think me and you had talked about this before in the audio building. I ran into you once, and because I knew that you used the Slate Digital bundle. I think I'd seen it on your Snapchat, and we started
mm.
talking about the Anacent. That's super dope. If for only
Well, I think
15,
the cool reason I bought that was because of you, because you had it on like your Snapchat story, and I was like, is
oh
are those
yeah,
plugins worth it? And you
yeah,
were
yeah,
like, totally, dude. And then I
yeah.
like bought
Well, it's
it.
15 a month, and everything that new that they get in, you get just downloaded.
Yeah,
It's
exactly.
that's literally it's so worth it. And I use those plugins every day, especially that SSL EQ and that
Oh yeah, dude.
those 1176 emulations and you know.
I love the distressor. I
Oh,
almost want
oh
to buy.
yeah, that was the other one. The other one that's my kick bus right there for sure.
Mhm.
Yeah, another thing with Ableton, dude, is I use the sends a lot in Ableton to send it to like a kick bus or and a drum bus. I do that. That's how I really mix my beats.
Yeah, I mean, parallel processing is like
Yeah, game
that's
changer.
how you get good mixes, really, because
Yeah,
you have so much control over everything you do.
yeah. A lot of people probably don't know what we're talking about, but me
Yeah,
and
we're going.
Josh are just going crazy, totally geeking out here. But but yeah, dude. So now, so what's what's your future plans for Temple Recording? Y'all got anything in store in the future?
Yeah, we just met up with this client who reached out to us through our Instagram, and her name is Rose Starring, and she does very similar stuff to like Lana Del Rey,
Yeah.
like kind of West Coast like lounge pop vibe,
Mm-hmm.
and we think we think it'll be really fun to work on.
Totally. Yeah, dude. Lana Del Rey is. I've worked with this artist recently, and she's really into Lana Del Rey, and I got to produce some stuff for her, and not Lana for this girl Sarah,
Yeah.
but but yeah, no, Lana Del Rey is super. I like how you describe that, like the loungy. That's cool. That's a good way to describe her sound. Cool. So what's your other job you're working?
I just work at a restaurant. It's at Blue Coast Burrito.
Oh yeah, dude. I actually I only ate there like once or twice. I'm not a huge burrito guy, but I will. Like they are good, but like I don't know.
Yeah.
I have to go there next time I was there. I really some of the places in the borough that I liked were I was talking earlier about Jefferson's. They have really good wings.
Hmm.
I'm trying to think where else. Dude, bro, there used to be a place right off the you know how they were doing construction in Murfreesboro on that bridge uh off of I think it was Broadway for like the whole time we were there they were doing construction on the bridge that goes up past Old Fort.
Okay. Yeah.
I
Yeah.
can't I and there right as you get off the bridge if you exit the bridge there was this Euro place. It was called Chicago Style Euro and it
I
was
changed the name to
yeah, no,
that.
dude, they changed the name and they don't sell euros anymore. They literally they must have been bought out or something. I went, dude, literally the best euros ever. And I went in there one day and I was like, yeah, I'm just trying to get it. I just need a euro. And they were like, we don't have those anymore. I was like, what? What do you mean you don't have? Oh, dude, that was a sad day, super sad day. And then
Yeah.
there's also you ever had Cup Pop, the Korean barbecue?
Yeah. Yeah.
No, that's just
Over
fire.
by this year.
Yeah, super super good. But anyways, since you when you were in school, did you have any cool internships around Nashville or in anywhere near?
Oh, absolutely. And
Uh
there's
oh.
like too many stories that I could pull from.
Well,
I
share, share.
I worked at Neon Cross out in Nice, Nashville, and it was with Jay Joyce, and he produces for the likes of like Miranda Lambert, Cage the Elephant, um, Declan McKenna, which is a record that I got to work on, which was an absolute blast.
Dude, I bet.
I worked there for from like May till August, so I was there for about like 3 to 4 months. It sucks, man, because I worked there between like junior and senior year during the summer,
Mm-hmm.
and they were like, "Well, once you graduate college, you should definitely hit us back up, and we'll see if we can get you, you know, work here."
Right.
And
And
hired me in as like a studio manager, like assistant back when I called them later on, and it was just we were just kind of talking about it. But then all the COVID stuff happened,
I
and they were like,
swear.
"Look, man, we're out of work. We don't really have like a job to offer." And I just kind of had to accept that, and
Yeah.
find
No,
else.
dude, COVID's screwing everything up. Screwed everything up. But yeah, dude, that I swear I had a really good internship at Downtown Recording, and if I had there was gonna be a lot, and I met some cool people there, made some good connections, and but yeah, no, dude, I was definitely gonna have a good opportunity there if COVID didn't happen, but alas, it did. Surprise.
Yeah, but I mean, I feel like we're all learning, new things through this crazy experience, and
Yeah, for sure.
I think we're all becoming better people in a sense. Or at least I hope people, are, you know.
Yeah, that's a good point of view. Positive point of view. That's true though. So so you're graduated, right? So what you staying in the borough?
As of now, yeah. I mean, it's not the most expensive place to live,
Right.
and we're cool. So, any
Mm-hmm.
artist that wants to record outside of the MTSU studios, they have a pretty cool place nearby. Like we're probably like 10 minutes from the school, and so that's just good for us.
Yeah. So you're
I
gonna
then kind of want to move our setup to Nashville and then kind of expand there,
definitely.
and maybe eventually move to Chicago or somewhere else. But
So you're gonna stick around with the guys you're living with for a while, you think?
yeah, we all have really good chemistry. We work very well together, and
Mm-hmm.
we're all really good friends, really good music partners.
Cool. That's dope. Can't get any better than that.
Yeah, exactly.
So what are you like? I don't know. To be honest, I kind of ran out of questions for you. But like, what? Oh, tell some of where are some other places that you interned and some cool. You said you had some cool stories.
Oh well, that was the only studio I interned at,
Oh,
but
okay.
there's a lot of fun.
Yeah. Did you meet any famous people?
Yeah, the first record we worked on was Miranda Lambert's newest album, which is Wild Card. That was really fun. That was when I first started, so I didn't get to do too much. Um, just helping around the studio. I mostly like picked up food and like made coffee.
Yeah.
Really good.
Typical intern stuff. Yeah.
Um, and then they did Ashley McBride, and then they had like a couple weeks off. Um, I remember some of the Ashley McBride sessions, but for the most part, I was just doing other things. I,
Mm-hmm.
around that time, they gave me the responsibility of doing repairs and like taking gear to places to get fixed, or either me fixing myself on
Yeah.
thing.
Definitely.
Just like general organizing of things. But the record that I got to work the most on was for Declan McKenna's newest record, and he's like an indie rock, like a rock artist, like England,
Oh, cool.
which is really
So
awesome.
what did you say you got to work on it? Were you like helping doing like some pre-mixing or stuff like that? Or just like
Uh, it was a lot more of like actually being involved in the sessions
mm,
and like helping with like mic placements and uh, doing all that jazz.
yeah, absolutely. Well, that's definitely those are experiences you'll never forget, especially you're kind of first starting out. And I'm the same way. I when I was this was 2019 March. It was my second to last semester in school,
Mm.
and I can't remember. Oh, I was taking that class. I don't know if you ever heard about it. The new music business. I don't know if you may have
Yeah,
taken. Yeah,
that class was in Nashville, right?
yeah, yeah. So it was taught by a guy named Reed Shippen and another guy named Mark Montgomery. And
Mm.
Reed mixes for Dierks Bentley, Kenny Chesney. He's an 11-time Grammy Award-winning mix engineer. He just did Gloria Gaynor's album, the gospel album that won a Grammy, and
Nice.
Dude, he has so many Grammys. I went in his bathroom, like that. He has like his room. He has a room in his this house they outfitted in Berry Hill to a studio. It's called Robot Lemon, and I went in his. He's got like his own personal bathroom, and somebody was in the other bathroom, so I went in his, and there's the 3 Grammy statues on the back of his toilet. I was like, that
Yeah,
is
the same.
literally, yeah,
You go to the basement
yeah,
bathroom, like
right.
nobody do, but for some reason it was occupied. I went down there. There's just like a Grammy sitting on the toilet.
I swear, yeah. I was like, those. That's definitely goals. And it's like just various spots around the house. There'll be like a little Grammy statue. But when I was interning for him there, it was I did it during the semester a little bit, and it was just with my class schedule. I could only do like once a week, but it was super super cool. I mean, he's got. I mean, I was hearing like unreleased Chesney records, and various other people sitting there with him, but I did a lot of cleaning and typical intern stuff because with Reed it was like, I mean, he knows everybody. Him and Pete Lyman, they worked out of the same. I don't know if you know about Pete, but he is a mastering engineer. They work out of the same house, and he's done mastering for the High Women, Brandy Carlisle, and um, the death of what's the death of a bachelor guy. What is his name? The Panic at the Disco. He's done mastering for Panic at the Disco. I mean, the list goes on and on. Him and Reed both have tons of Grammys, and but when I was the coolest thing there in March one time, there was they had a session at Sound Emporium, and I had to get a microphone from Professor Hill, John Hill at
Yeah,
MT. Him and Reed own this super super special microphone, and I had to. If Reed told me if I could get it from Professor Hill, then he'd let me come to this tracking session. So I did, and so they were tracking Eric Pasley in the A room at Sound Emporium, and while we were there doing that, I mean, I was just taking it all in, standing back, just helping out. And this guy comes in the room, and he comes in and borrows a guitar, and then he leaves. And then Reed was like, "Hey, Eric, you need to get Justin to sing on your record." And he was like, "Then your manager will freak out." And they started laughing, and I didn't think anything of it. But then I started thinking, I was like, that dude kind of looked like Bon Iver, Justin Vernon. And
holy.
because I saw him walk out and leave, and I asked Eric when they were just hanging around. I was like, "Yo, man, did you just say that was Justin Vernon?" And he was like, "No, I didn't say that." But dude, lo and behold, it was him. He was in the studio across the hall. I never thought I'd see him in Nashville, but like, and dude, it was him. They were outside, chilling, smoking weed, and producing in the room next door, man. And it was amazing. And not only that, dude. When I was in the room with Eric and all the musicians, there's like a lounge area, and they would all sit out, and Eric would get his guitar and just sing and play, and that was like, and they would chart out the music, but everybody was just listening to him, and that was like literally some of the most beautiful music I'd ever heard. I'm serious. Like it was just him and his guitar, and I was like, dang, man, this is amazing. And
Dude, I understand. Like, I'm not. I don't listen to country music a whole lot, like on
right,
my own.
yeah,
But
exactly,
I was at the studio and I'm listening to them like
right.
perform this
Oh yeah.
live, and it's like, this is awesome.
No,
Like,
literally, there's not a better feeling. Like it was
yeah,
literally amazing. So that was probably my biggest experience interning for Reed. Is super nice guy, all about his business. He knows what he's doing. Everybody knows Reed, and then they had a party there at the studio in Berry Hill for NAMM in like July of 2019. So I got to help set up for that, and that was a lot of fun. And I got to meet Chris Athens, who is
oh
uh,
hell yeah,
Drake's mastering engineer, and I mean he's done a lot of Kanye stuff, and he had hella stories about Drake and Kanye and Mike Dean and Anthony Kilhofer, who I was talking about. So that was really cool to meet
you got to
him.
go to the party.
Yeah, no, all the interns we had to set up for it, and then we got to be at the party, so that was cool.
That's
And
awesome.
Yeah, no, it was super dope. There was a lot of important people there, like Chris, and it was funny. There was like they had like a bar. People bring like some company, and they had a big tent outside, and there was a bar, and I was waiting in line, and the whole night, Pete told me, he was like, "Yeah, Chris Athens will be there," and I was like, "Oh man, I gotta meet him," and we were in line at the bar, and I was just like, I was like, I gotta meet somebody, so I just said, "Hey man, what's up? What's your name?" And he was like, "I'm Chris," and I was like, "Oh my god!" I was like, "Are you Chris Athens?" And he was like, "Yeah, yeah," and I was like, "Dude, I've been looking for you all night." So that was super cool. I got a picture with him, but that was moments like that for sure was just like you just fill you with like so much like wow, this is amazing.
No, it's crazy. Like when you meet, famous artists or famous engineers or whoever,
Yeah.
they're just people.
Yeah, no,
They're not,
exactly. Yeah,
you always put them on a pedestal because they're really well known. But then when you talk,
absolutely.
to them, just conversation flows, and they're another human just like you or I. So it's pretty amazing.
Yeah, no, definitely. Super fun summer. That was I was there. I would go to the studio like Monday, Wednesday, Friday cuz they had like 4 or 5 interns and
Mhm.
but I should have gone every day. Now
Yeah.
now that I
No,
think
I would
about it.
always to be at the studio. They would be like, um, they would have like a day off, and then I would hit them up and be like, "Oh, we can't." They're like, "We're not working today." And I'd be like, "Damn!" Like I want to come in.
I know, I swear. And they don't the thing like they don't work on the weekends and that's the thing I like about Nashville. One thing that I like is it's like very respectful of just
Yeah,
like
they're really
the
respectful.
business hours. It's really like literally like 9 to 5 in Nashville, and like LA is like 9 to 9 or like even
Yeah,
and there's no like it's just like
it's kind of
I
until you're done.
right exactly, which is and there's nothing wrong with that. If you want to get good at it, that's how you got to do it. But if you want to be well known, but still I like that Nashville kind of has those like regular business hours. It's
Yeah,
nice.
I don't know. I think it was. I had a great time working on Declan's record. All the bandmates are great. They're all about our age. Declan is the lead singer. Obviously, he's like a year younger than I am, and I
Hmm.
remember. So he could drink in the UK because their drinking age is 18, but we would have to buy him
Nice.
alcohol here. So
Oh my god, that's funny.
with that, and after sessions, like sometimes we would go to a bar in Nashville, or like I got to hang out at their Airbnb one night, and we were just kind of shooting the shit, smoking, doing whatever.
Yeah,
It was great.
absolutely. Doesn't get better than that. I am moving to Nashville probably in like well, it's probably to Smyrna in January. Um,
Yeah, it is not a bad area. It's
yeah, and it's like it's only like 15-20 minutes from actual downtown.
mhm.
So and me and a buddy found a pretty cheap, well not I wouldn't say cheap, but like 2 bedroom, 2 bath, brand new for a pretty good price.
Mhm.
So we're looking into that, and then but yeah, January, sometime in January, probably mid January, I'll be out of the Ville, back to the Ville.
Yeah,
But
exciting. It'll
dude,
be good to
I'm
have you on. You have to definitely come over
yes,
and
absolutely. I will definitely be coming over, dude. That's y'all got some crazy stuff. Y'all got to put me on. I
yeah,
wanna
for
I
sure.
wanna play that Wurlitzer, man.
Yeah, please do.
You got you said you got an organ. You got a Rhodes, or was it just that upright piano and the Wurlitzer? And
Yeah, we don't have a Rhodes, but the Whirly's pretty nice. I have a Rhodes PST, which is from Arturia, and that sounds pretty good. So we just
yeah,
kind of we need that sound.
cool, man. All right. Well, let me break it down for you here. We got the Lush lockdown coming to you real quick, Josh. I'm gonna ask you a couple of questions, totally opinion based, about Louisville, and you give me your synopsis. Let me get. I got a timer here.
All right, I gotta like pull out all my Louisville trivia.
Yeah, I don't know. When's the last time you were here?
I came home a couple weeks ago. We had a death in the family, but that's
Oh,
like
I'm sorry.
no, I mean, it happens.
Yeah.
Everything.
Right, right. All right, let's see here. You got 10 seconds, Josh, all right? You're in Louisville. You've got $10. Where are you going to eat? You got 9 seconds.
Going to Safier's downtown Louisville. It's like a little
Safiers.
Mediterranean restaurant. Yeah, they do like gyros and they do falafel and stuff like that. Really,
Never heard of that. What's it? Safiers?
yeah.
Yes, Harsky.
Huh. Sapphire. Interesting. What you said they do euros?
It's like Mediterranean food.
Okay, I've been to. You ever been to the Grape Leaf? I believe that's what it's called. It's not.
No,
It's in like. I guess you can consider it Nulu. I went there with this wedding party that I was in a wedding back in July, and it's like Mediterranean food. And I'm pretty sure I got a euro, but it was pretty good. But I've never heard of Sapphires. That's interesting. Never heard of that.
yeah, not too pricey and the food's great. So
Well, that's good. All right. All right. Let's go. Your friends got you a couple of tickets to the Louisville Bats game. Are you going? You got 9 seconds.
yeah, probably.
Yeah, I feel that. A lot of people say like, yeah, I'm not a baseball fan, but like it's always good to go. Like the stadium food, and it's always good to catch like a baseball game. Like I'm not a huge baseball fan, but I'd still go.
I mean, uh, anytime I get invited somewhere, I'm typically flattered. I mean, it's always fun to go out with friends, regardless of what you're doing. You're really,
Yeah, for
even if
sure.
you're shopping, like,
Yeah, totally. Might as well do it.
yeah,
But again,
exactly.
the stadium food is those ballpark bratwursts. There's nothing better than that. That's too good.
Yeah, it's been a long time since I've been to a Bats game, though. That's
Uh,
crazy.
all right, Josh. I'm coming at you from. This is not a Louisville question, but I'm coming at you from an engineer standpoint. You got 10 seconds. You've got an 1176. You got a LA 2A, and you've got a Oh my God, a I'm totally blanking on another compressor. Hold up. I'm. Let me think here. I'm gonna get a distressor. A distressor. You got 9 seconds. What are you using in general?
Probably the LA 2A.
That's what I would say too. Yeah, that's what I was gonna say.
I
I'm
mean, there's not many settings on it, but you can get such a good sound out of it. It's
literally
such a
on anything. Like
device.
it's super like warm. I run that through my bass. Like it
Like
literally.
it's not really just a compressor. It's like an
Yeah,
EQ. And it does like saturation
I was
too.
gonna say saturation. Yeah. If I'm using a distressor, it's probably on my drums. I
Mhm.
that's. But I use the 1176 for like a drum bus too. Also, so
Yeah, like a good old smack
yeah,
bus.
exactly. See, good old smack bus. All right, last question here, Josh.
Alrighty.
You got 3 seconds for this one. All right. UK. All right, I'll give you 5. UK or U of L? You got
U
4.
of L. I don't need
Oh
it.
my God. I should have given you 2 seconds. You're a U of L fan?
But yeah, my family is.
Uh,
I don't watch a whole lot of sports, but that's just how I've been raised. It's
I
just
feel
like
you.
you get asked that question, you just say U of L.
Yeah, I know. My whole family went to UK except for me. So naturally, I'm a UK fan. So
It's all good, brother.
all good. Still friends. Still friends. I just had to check, see where your allegiances lie.
Yeah, I understand.
Um,
Uh, there's definitely a lot of drama with U of L and all that shit, but they definitely had their run in the early 2000s.
yeah, definitely. They just.
Much stronger of a team back then, but still gotta rep them. Love the city, love the team.
Yeah, understandable. Well, Josh, that's pretty much all I've got for you today, man. I appreciate you coming on. Do you have any last words? Anything to throw in to add? Oh, where can we? Do y'all have an Instagram page for your for the Temple recording?
Yes, sir. It is
What's
Temple Recording Studio at the Temple Recording Studio.
Temple Recording Studio? Y'all be sure to follow this Temple Recording. Yeah, I got it here. Yeah, I'm about to follow y'all. Super dope. Who's this violin player in there?
This is Louisa.
Louisa.
Yep, Louisa Marion, I believe is her last name. She's really, really good. She also does songwriting, and I believe she's a music business major. So,
Cool. Dude, absolutely. So yeah, y'all guys follow Temple Recording Studio, and also what's your Instagram, Josh? Joshua something.
Yeah, it's just Josh U Brown, so it's JOSHUU _ and then
Okay,
Brown with two.
I just had that. There we go. Yeah, so Josh, yeah, follow him. Check in on the Temple Recording Studio. What's going on? I'm definitely gonna come check y'all out for sure. I
Yeah.
want to get on those keys, man. I'll bring my sax over too.
Yeah, that'd be awesome.
Definitely. Well, any last words, Josh?
I hope everybody who has watched this has a great day, and you too, Kevin.
Absolutely, Josh. You have a great day also. Let me get you a little applause here. For sure, man. I appreciate you coming on and taking the time to do this. Yeah.
Awesome.
Be safe.
This is great. This has been really fun.
Well, I'm glad. I'm glad you could drop some knowledge and show us your spot and give us your insight. And yeah, man, keep in touch. Stay safe. You were season 2 finale, man. Episode 20, 28 episodes of Lush Louisville. Shout out to Kevin James. Oh wait. Yeah, shout out to me. But all right, Josh, I'll let you go, man. Thanks for coming on, man. Be safe.
Yeah, you're good.
Yep. Peace. Well, that was fun. Always good to talk to Josh. Well, guys, that was season 2 finale. I do want to say I am going to be taking probably at least a month off from from the podcast. There's some marketing things I want to look into, some streaming things. I want to get better and take some time to really spend on that, doing that. And also with working at Amazon, it's about to be peak season, and I will not have time. And so I'm gonna come back with this in January, start season 3. Maybe sooner, but I'm not sure. But I'm probably gonna wait till I move. And, again, I'm going to be diving into some marketing tactics and some better visual experience for when the podcast is live. And, yeah, I appreciate everybody that's tuned in and has supported me, and everybody that was on season 1 and season 2. We had some really, really good episodes in season 1 and season 2. Seriously, I really enjoyed it. And the Halloween special was cool. That was a lot of fun. Glad we got to do that. Shout out to Sarah Hammond. And shout out to Alex for some more beats. And if you're a producer, you want your beats to be played, you're a producer in Louisville especially, email me, lushlouisville@gmail.com. I'll play your beats at the beginning of my show. Yeah, let's get it going. So I appreciate everybody tuned in to Lush Louisville these first 2 seasons, and I will be back. Hit me up, DM me on Instagram @Lush Louisville. Keep in touch. I appreciate you all. Be safe.